with Raju Prajapati.
Hello Sumaiya, how are you?
Great, sir.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about how was your journey to GATE and how did you prepare? And now you are studying at HBTU Kanpur. How was the journey there? How you are feeling like because you are in the second year of your masters, and since you qualified in 2021, it was another experience. I believe it was from which IIT it was conducted that 2021 examination.
Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur.
Yeah, great. IT Kharagpur is also. So you also get selected for IT Kharagpur. Okay. So my first question, Samaya, why did you think of GATE? Why didn't you go for a job? Because since you were studying at HBTU Kanpur, right?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, HBTU has great placements. It has a great history of food technologist. But the problem for me was because I have no personal interest in job perspective. I have no job perspective. I always wanted to go for higher studies. And so GATE was a great option for me because you'll be getting a scholarship for that while you are studying. So that was a very great option. You can even go for higher studies without GATE, but that will not give you any financial benefit. The financial benefit, plus there are many advantages of gate. So keeping all of these things in mind, I chose to give gate in 2021 when I was in fourth year, because in third year there wasn't any option at that time. When
Right.
gate 2021 notification came, it was well known to everyone that even third year students can give the examination. So but that wasn't the case in my when I was in third year, so I just appeared for gate in 2021 and came it and qualified. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, the like how do you think like and when you started preparing for GATE examination?
Okay. So the preparation was fine because that was a COVID year. We had a lot of time to study, to self study, but the problem was the
Okay.
proper guidance. Although my teachers were very great, they were helpful, my seniors were very helpful, but the very crisp and proper guidance wasn't available. So all I did was the self study because there wasn't any coaching or any test series that was coming for, especially for food technology. The other subjects they were there, but not for food technology. So all I had to study was
Mhm.
from the basics. My basics was clear because my teachers were helpful in that. That's what I got clear concepts about the basics of the technology. But it's not about the basics in gate examination. They ask you far more than that. So for that, you
Got
need
it.
to study. And there is a lot of things that you have to study. So proper guidance was important, which wasn't available in my case. But still, I did what I had to, and I managed it somehow. And finally, because there was COVID year, so I had enough time for it to study. And by then, when the exam was near, I found there was need for some test series which wasn't available. One or two I was getting, but that wasn't enough because we need proper practice. So that was a thing. But yeah, I somehow fared it. I just compared with it. Yeah.
All right. I mean, there are two branches are there. So there's Gate XE and Gate XL, and most of the students will be confused at which one to choose. What was your criteria to choose between XE and XL?
Okay, so GATE XC requires mathematics compulsorily, and GATE XL requires chemistry. So always being a mathematics student, I was I qualified G mains and then came into engineering. So I was a mathematics student. So having mathematics in my background, I got confidence that I can par with this XC one. Excel was okay. If I hadn't had this mathematics background, then I would have to choose that. But it didn't happen like that. So thankfully, I was a mathematics student, so I chose XE. And then yeah, after XE, there was a confusion between thermodynamics and fluid mechanics.
Mechanics,
That
yeah.
has always been a debate. But for me, fluid mechanics, what I found that it was a bit subjective. It has numericals, but you have to know the concepts, many of the concepts,
True.
far more than what you have to study for thermodynamics. And I was okay with thermodynamics as well in my semester, so I thought, so let's just take up thermodynamics. That's how I chose my
Mhm.
subjects.
And how did you cover mathematics and general aptitude?
So, for mathematics and general aptitude, we had semester books for mathematics. I took some help from MCQ based database for the GATE examination. The book I just bought it and just studied from there. And for general aptitude, some YouTube videos. Nothing else.
Right, all right. So you had a very great rank. It was 489 AI, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that year, how many students appeared for, I mean, the year that you appeared for examination?
I don't remember that exactly the number of students, but yeah, one thing was there ki, from that year onwards, people from other branches were also eligible to give examination. You can give examination in two branches. So what happened was in XC, people from mechanical background and chemical background also chose XC or Excel. So what happened? The optional subjects, both fluid mechanics and thermodynamics, are very scoring. They gave that exam, had far better rank because of that. So that was a bit bad because people are giving examination from XE and Excel both as per their convenience. So that would also increase the competition. It increased the competition very much, and that was a rank skipped a bit less. But yeah, fine, it's okay. What happens happened.
And yeah, and moreover, like third year were also eligible for the
Yeah.
competing. So yeah,
So third year were eligible, but it did not increase the level of competition. I mean, because third
okay.
year students are not taught the basics of food technology very much. It's just the beginning for them.
Oh,
But there were number of people were increasing, but the competition increased with them who were able to give the optional
okay.
subject for us also for that. So
True,
that
true. I
was a
mean,
bit,
yeah, who are scoring with other subjects, other
yeah.
optionals, and we are
Hmm.
we are competing with the food technology. So
Yeah.
that's how it
So
got
we
difference.
had two
Okay,
two people to compete with, the ones with a lot of food technology and the other ones as well. Yes. So
right. But one thing I just explain me. Let's say if you're going to after the examination and once we got a scorecard and rank and all, so we have to compete for the admission with food technology, isn't that right?
yes. So
Right? Yeah, so
hmm.
we'll be just we have to care about the how many food technologies are doing well, and know what is their rank, because ultimately, acha, do you know, like, if any other food technologies or any mechanical engineering background students are also competing for food technology branches in IT Kharagpur, it happens so, right?
Yes. So they have this branch. Yes. So
And yeah, and you got into IT Kharagpur. How was the journey there? Like, what was the process through that? And from you got an offer from IT Kharagpur as well. So how was the process there? How did you reach there? Can you just tell,
so
like you have to get, yeah, please.
yes. So so after GATE, what happens is to get admissions in different colleges or to go for certain PSUs, there is a procedure through SCOPE. That is the
Right.
um, what do we call, the process by which you are
Common
allotted
application
different
portal. Yeah,
colleges.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, common
Yes, sir.
application portal it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So from that, we had different options. That for food technology, basically there are only few options for which you can apply. So from that website, we can register over there and fill up preferences. On the basis of that, you will be allotted college the same way as it happens in the counseling of the JEMAs. It's very similar to that. And from there, I got selected for IIT Kharagpur. But due to certain reasons, I couldn't go there. So I just had to. I mean, the process was almost complete, just the final final stamp, yeah, I'm coming there, that was that didn't happen. So before that, all of that happened, so I didn't go there, but yeah, I just chose to complete with HBTU.
I have seen, like, a lot of colleges are there in food technology that, like, a lot of students are not aware of, right? It's IT Guwahati is there, and that was 2 years back only when you were in 2021, because it
Yes,
started in 2019, of course.
mm.
So that college is not there in COP. So what do you think? And just list down what are the colleges that you think, like, it is there for food technologists that anyone can opt for doing masters or higher studies.
Okay, so starting with the famous ones, IIT Kharagpur is the one of the most famous. HBTU Kanpur is one of the most reputed colleges. NIFTM, that has been converted into a central university as of now. NIFTM Thanjavur is there. Then you have an IIT Rourkela, IIT Guwahati is there. So that is also offering in food technology, and various other like Slide Punjab. That is also a very reputed college
Right.
for food technologists. And there are many more, many more. One there is in Kerala is something. So there are number of institutions, but most of the students are not aware of it. That is one of the
So
things that we
true,
are
true.
lacking in. So they need proper information passage to everyone. So that should be known to them. Yeah.
Yeah, ICT Mumbai, you told
Yeah,
the
ICT
Tezpur
Mumbai. Yeah. Also.
University.
Hmm.
ICT Mumbai has a three campuses. I mean, ICT
Hmm.
Mumbai, ICT Jalna, and Bhubaneswar. Then, Tezpur University is there. CIT Kokrajhar is also there. And one
Mm.
thing, BHU is there that offers through CUET. And
Yes, sir.
a lot of universities there. And I believe like now it is expanding. The last year
Huh.
that you told,
Now it is
uh,
increasing.
I,
Yes, sir.
yeah, last year it is kind of when NIFTM got National Institute of
Mm.
national importance. From that time, people know that, oh, there is something in a food technology as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now, if you feel like in HBTU while doing masters, how do you feel like? Okay, you did the right choice while choosing the HBTU, and you're performing well because we do get stipend. So and that is one of the motivation, of course. And what about the study? And what is the future that you see further?
So, I think what decision I've made, I shouldn't be regretting on that. I'm very happy being a part of this institution. I did my bachelor's from here and I'm doing my master's as well. So I have a benefit. I know most of the things. I don't have to adjust to a different environment. Although, yeah, there is being in an IIT would have been a perk, but fine, it's okay. No, you don't get everything that you want to. But I'm happy being a part of this, and there is no such thing. I am regretting it, but yeah, it's okay. Things happen and you have to accept it.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not about the college all the time that matters.
It's
Of
the
course,
efforts
it
that
has
you're
another
putting
part.
in. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. It's the hard work, the effort that we're putting in,
Hmm.
and how much skill that we get. Ultimately, wherever you are, wherever you go, whatever the place that you get, it
Yes,
is
sir.
ultimately what effort
Your
that you are
efforts
putting in.
would
It
pay
is
off.
from.
Yes, sir.
Right,
That's it.
right. So it doesn't even I don't believe in that. Like it's okay. A lot of students last year also when qualified gate from us and they couldn't do such well, as we expected, as they expected. But they're performing well. They're happy with their, I know the journey of a lot of people. Okay, okay. So generally students, they do a lot of things. Kind of if you see while preparing for the examination, they don't go for right, stages and they regret while attempting the exam. Okay, I didn't appear
I
for
should
this,
have done that. Yeah. Hmm.
previous year papers, or I didn't go for the test series, or I didn't join
Hmm.
coaching at right time, or I didn't start my self study. What is a note for that? What do you call for that?
Okay,
What would be
so
a suggestion?
my concept of studying is a bit
Yes.
different. Uh, yeah. So what I did was I just started by self-studying, which is important. Unless and until your concepts are clear, you won't be able to do it there because there is a lot of pressure while you're following the questions. So concept should be clear first of all, and then practice and revision is very important. And one thing what I
Right.
have noticed is test series. Test series build in a lot of confidence in you. If you're able to solve the questions, that would be very helpful for you. You will, because every time the question would appear, that would be a different question. You have not studied it beforehand, so you need to be confident that you will be able to solve it. You need to have to think it in your mind,
True.
right? Unless and until you don't think it, you will be like, oh, this question is very tough, I won't be able to do it. Then you won't be able to do it. So you need to know the
True.
concepts first, and then you have to be confident enough to solve the new questions that you're getting. So practicing is very important. First clearing the concept, then practicing, and one more thing is important is solving the test series. Test series is really important. That will really help you. That will increase the rank, the amount of time that you're taking to solve a question. That would also depend on the practice, how much practice you're doing. Plus the gate calculator, that was also very helpful. I just while I was preparing, while I was solving the numericals, I downloaded the gate calculator, not in my phone, because in the phone what happens, we
Sorry.
are habitual with it, in my laptop, so that I can be more acquainted with it while I have to solve it there, because there you'll be getting a system, you won't be getting a mobile phone. In mobile
Oh,
phones it's quite easy to solve, but not in that. So by the help of that I practiced properly. Like you get 3 hours to solve the examination. Before examination, I mean, like 2 or 3 times you can go for the previous year questions, just as the same way as you have to go for the examination, the proper setup of that. It depends on you. So that is how we did it. Yes, sir.
okay. So yeah, moreover, how much practice or effort that you put in, like no previous papers, and of course,
Yes, sir.
it helps you in increasing the rank, surely.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if someone, I mean, would you feel that gap for your examination, kind of, that while preparing, you told that you don't have kind of a coaching sort of available at that time.
Yeah. So proper guidance is important, because what happens now? the subject is very vast, and it's not like you'll study everything and everything and that thing will come. You need to know, you need to understand the concept, how they are asking questions, what all topics are important, how that questions would be framed. You need to get that basic idea of it. So to get that gist, a proper guidance is very important, and that is only possible by the help of some coaching, or by the help of by knowing certain points from people who have already gone through it. So
That's
that
what.
is
That's what.
very important. So that would, if I would have got that part, so things would have been bit better. That's it. Although I am not
Right.
saying
Right.
things have not been good, God has been gracious with me,
No,
but yeah,
really.
it
I
would have
mean,
been better.
that's what. If someone has someone has done already the mistake that we are, going to repeat it, and if we know at a right point, we won't do that. Of course, we'll do better.
Yeah,
That's very true. And that's what we seek guidance from our seniors. Like, oh, can you tell me that what? How did you
yeah,
prepare? Even
yes,
though
sir.
we are taking coachings, also a lot of times we go and say,
Then
oh,
also we'll
भैया, like
do.
just yeah,
Yes, sir.
कि भैया बता दीजिए थोड़ा आपने कैसे क्या क्या क्या
हाँ,
books follow की, we don't
hmm.
trust in the process, of course.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's of course give a confidence how others has done and how we'll be able to do it, of course. Okay. Okay, Sumaya, in the journey it has been, very let's say it is a journey of year while you preparing, anyone starts preparing from, let's say, February, you'll be getting the exam done, and March the results will be coming, and then next year again the February will be the exam. It's a 1 year, 1 year journey. There are a lot of exams will be coming, semester exams, well, because it is in the college, of course. So how do you deal with the pressure that comes in between? And it is really tiring. It just like it all, it's very tough concepts are there. So you feel kind of sometimes giving up, but take care, let's go. It's not doable now.
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with that?
It's all about consistency. The more consistent you are, because if you know something is important, you will go for it. If you are not sure ki,
True.
if you're saying ki, ha, we'll do it, then you're not sure of it, you're not focusing on it very appropriately. You need to know ki, you need to understand the importance of it, and you need to be very clear that you have to do it. Only then you'll be able to put in efforts in it. And if you are consistent, if you are wanting, you really want to do that, you will put in consistent efforts. And if you're consistent enough, you're preparing short notes, you are preparing the proper, you're practicing the formulas, the questions that are there, then that would be very helpful. Because if you're not consistent in any work, it applies to everything that you are doing. If you're not consistent enough, then you won't be able to do it. Yes, there are semester exams, there are difficulties that you'll have to face, but that doesn't mean that you'll stop doing it during the semester
So,
exams. That will help you in that semester exam as well. Because what happens, food technology, because most of the people who are giving xe or excel, they are agriculture students, or they're food technologists. So if you are studying for the semester exam as well, your concepts would be clear if you're studying for gate. So that will help in that. Although the pattern of the questions are different everywhere, but that doesn't mean the concepts would be different. Concepts are same. You'll be getting to understand them. So it's just that it's a matter of your understanding of the importance of the matter. That's it.
And actually, sometimes you feel, really depressing. Let's say if you don't have someone who can tell you the concept that you're not able to understand, okay, and sometimes, okay, you feel like giving up, right? Sometimes
Mm.
we feel like giving up. It's okay, यार, अब तो नहीं होना है, रहने देते हैं यार. फिर, so how did you deal with that fact? Because it comes, because a lot of times people will have, internships and exams. Of course, it is going to help you. No, at the matter of fact, if you have prepared well for the get examination, then it is going to help in semester examination as well. But the problem is, you just begin, okay, you don't know, you don't understand things, because it has a four subjects. It's a thermodynamics, food technology, robot, for fluid mechanics, mathematics, and general aptitude, and you have to cover everything. And simultaneously, your internship is going on. You go for whole day, and you come, you have 3 to 4 hours. Why I'm asking this question? Because most of the times now also students say, okay, sir, I have actually internship. I'm not getting time even. So how to get that motivation? It's okay. How to deal with that? That depression. No, while we get that, we put something unsolved, because we know very, very clearly that get questions are really tricky. It has a mix of lot of concepts, lot of applications. So how did you, how would you suggest to aspirants to deal with that?
So you mentioned about being very depressed and thinking of giving in. I mean, like escaping the exam. I also went through that phase. Before that,
Uh,
I mean, like 2 or 3 weeks before the gate examination, I was like, I won't be able to do it. I'm not gonna do it. And even one day, I decided to just close my books and I didn't study that day. But then I got think ki I have worked for around 1 or 2 months already. I can't let that go in vain. And plus, there
true.
is a bright future if you are able to qualify it. Not just in financial, that was something I was just joking about. But
Yeah,
the thing is, ki you
yeah,
have different benefits if you are going through it. You will be able to go for certain government examinations, some for the government jobs as well. You can go for it if you have qualified gate. You can go for higher studies from reputed institutes where everyone dreams to
true.
go. So if I really want to do that, and then I have to do it. So that
True.
was the only motivation which brought me back. I pulled myself back and just started working on it because that was really tiring, because there were certain reasons due to which this happened, but it did happen with me as well. So it is natural. It happens with everyone. All you need to know is ki,
True.
while you're going through that phase, you need to know the right person to call or the right teacher to
True.
call to understand the how to get out of that phase. So that was very helpful, and that would be very helpful to people. And plus, you need inner motivation. Self motivation is very important in this time so that you can easily
That's
get it.
what.
Yes, sir.
Self motivation. That is a
Yeah.
really good term to remember.
Mhm.
Self motivation is really important whenever you get tired. Sometimes even people doesn't help. Whoever it is, they'll tell you, and they'll call them, and they'll tell you. Of course, after hours, you feel no, 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 no. Again, I'm feeling the same way. So inner motivation is really important.
Yes, sir.
You should build something that will really motivate you. I have to do this thing for this thing, and that should come from within yourself. It should not be materialistic that if my father wish or my parents wish that I should go for it, because that's how you will just get tired. Okay, nahi, nahi, theek hai,
Yes,
let it
sir.
go. Okay,
That's true.
so yeah, so now I mean, what would you give the message to the students who are preparing nowadays? Who are just going,
uh
they are just about to appear for
yes, sir.
after
Yes, sir.
40 days.
It's a very high time people should understand the importance of practicing, the importance of solving test series, because this is the time where this is the only time that you won't be getting time after this, because it's very important to solve the question, to revise the concepts that you've already studied. And for those who are starting now, they need to be very clear when the concept starting in the starting only, so that they can
Uh,
part through it. There's no other way. You have to practice. You have to go concept, revise the concepts, and write down some short notes or short formulas that you need to remember, because not every formula is very easy to remember. You have to revise it once,
right.
twice, thrice to remember it. So that is very important as of now, because it's an important time for them. Yeah, and yeah, the more you practice, the better it will be. That's it.
No, and what was your revision strategy? Mm,
My revision strategy was I started revising each and every topic and simultaneously preparing short notes on it. So that on the
okay.
day of exam, a day or two before that, I will be able to go through the short notes so that I don't miss out on anything. Because many times what happens, you know the formula, but while you are attempting the examination, you skip certain things. I mean, like, ये वाला part नहीं याद आ रहा मुझे. I'm not able to remind that part. So
Yeah.
that is very depressing at that time. You'll
Yeah.
be like, I should have
True.
read it. I should have read it. So that was very helpful if you are preparing it, the short notes for every topic, so that no topic remains behind. That's important. Yes.
Okay, so Sumaiya, thank you so much for being with us and for this insightful, session. What would be the last message for all of us who are preparing for GATE and who are preparing for other examination and who are from background of food technology? What do you see the future in them?
So the future for the food technologies is very bright. It's really very bright, and trust me, it is, because people are getting aware of food technologies more and more, and they are willing to go into that field because it is a never ending process, it's a never ending field. Plus, people who are preparing for GATE, I wish them very good luck, because it does matter to most of them. And yeah, Prepare well and do well. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sumaya, and
You're most
best of
welcome.
luck for the future as well.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.